This is Neill Barston reporting for Construction Europe magazine and International Construction magazines. And I'm here this afternoon with Michael Wellenzohn, a board member of Deutz, and we're discussing the Stage 5 engines emission policy that's coming through and the developments that are happening within the company. Could you kindly tell us how significant you feel the Stage 5 emissions are in relation to your new engines?
I think first of all the emission 5 regulation is all a burden for machine equipment manufacturer or for engine manufacturer. But I think what for Deutz is it all about today is that we have to announce that we are Stage 5 ready, which means our sub 4 liter and 4 to 8 liter engines are meeting right now the proposal of the authorities, EU authorities, Stage 5. So, which means that we will be able to support our customers with a technology which is approved, which is in production, which offers flexibility for introduction on the timeline and represent a sound and developed technology.
Very good indeed. Could you kindly tell us about some of the challenges faced by the company in developing Stage 5 readiness?
I think to develop sound DPF technology, our company spent quite significant amount of money, and we did some learn curves which will everybody do in these industries. As far as of now, our advantage is that we spent that money and that we are now ready, and we find that we are now on a very elevated level of this technology which we can offer to our customer.
Can you tell us about any trends that are emerging in the market within Europe and further afield around the world?
I think all over trend is that we have a very complex situation within within the different markets we are serving with emission regulations, which we need to support and our customers need to support. I think that's the biggest challenge to meet this regulation and do the right time certification for all these machines and engines.
Excellent. And turning now to the issue of manufacturers looking at employing telematics within engine development. Could you say if Deutz is considering this at all?
Actually, we are working with telematics mainly in the area of development right now today. I think for us it would be perfect to introduce telematics, but first of all, a machine is the area of our customers. If we could participate in the area of telematics with some data gathering that could further improve our ability to assess usage of machines or usage of engine into machines mainly, which could be useful for further development, for example in fuel consumptions measures.
Very good. And turning now to other developments within the company, you've looked at engine emissions. Where now is the focus for the company?
I think, as I told you, our focus is not anymore quite to emissions, because we are ready, so we can spend our R&D works mainly in other areas where we see key points coming up. One key point, for example, would be other functionality as start-stop, as hybridization, but as well as further developments for cost reduction. I think cost pressure is everywhere, and we want to further develop our position as well in the market, and without cost reduction you can't achieve that.
Quite understand. And in terms of previous interviews, you've said that 2014 was a challenging year for the company. What is your outlook for this year and further ahead in 2016?
It's to say that the markets are still challenging. 2015. In additional, this year we assess as transition year because we are very hit by all these pre-buy engines we produced, which our customer now using. So there is a artificial downturn for us, as to say, but still agriculture markets are not recovered, getting even worse. The construction equipment market in China is weak, in Brazil is weak, so there are challenging times, and we see 2016, 17 quite good, not only based that we hope that market will recover, but we could enlarge our customer portfolio, we could gain new customers, and hopefully we will then achieve major growth based on that.
And what about the wider industry? What do you believe are going to be the main challenges in the next few years?
I think it's hard to assess. If somebody would have a crystal ball to look in, wouldn't be need, or this guy would not need to work anymore. I think that everybody is hoping on a recovery of the Chinese market in construction equipment. Chinese, as we know, have a slowdown in growth. That where it will end up, we don't know. That is contradictory to that what I said in construction equipment. But anyhow, we think that infrastructure development in China still there is a big need. European market, we see slightly recoveries in south, as Spain and Italy, not in France, obviously, right now. But that's there we are gaining some hopes. No. On the other side, with the actual exchange rate situation, euro to other currencies, we see also some opportunities, at least for manufacturer in the euro area. So combining all these parameters and a lot which I didn't mention, it's really hard to assess. But I think we need to compete. We need to gain market share. That's the best way forward in order, or instead to count on hope.
Absolutely. And as a final thing, the introduction of the Stage 5 readiness engines must give you some sense of confidence going forward.
As I said in my introduction, Stage 5 means for OEMs, and not just for our customer, we hope, a flexible introduction in the Stage 5, which means we want to be ready by 2017 to be certified with all the engines in order that the customer can start the certification process on the machine level, which should be just on paperwork. And on the other side, they have an approved technology which they can rely on. So some of our competitors in the market will face the situation that they need to develop these DPF strategies, DPF technologies, especially on functionality level, on software level, which will cause them some cost and some headache, as I can promise out of own experience. And based on that, I would say I'm confident that we can gain with this technology, which is, as I said, Stage 5 ready, some additional customer, and be successful in the marketplace.
Thank you very much indeed for joining us, Mr. Wellenzohn.